chair.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Woods Hole Community Hall, where the Solstice Singers, l'Ensemble Familia, and les Enfants du Soleil, and the Vineyard Swordfish are very, very happy to bring you a program that we're calling a Seaside Solstice. We're not trying to be a great hall in Europe. We're trying to be ourselves, by the sea, by the beautiful sea. So, I ask you to take note of where the exits are. The exit that you came in through. Well, it was an entrance when you came in through it. But now it's an exit. And an exit here that goes downstairs. I would ask that you turn off anything that might beep, jingle, buzz, glare, trumpet, or anything. It's really distracting for our performers to look out at you and see your faces turn blue by your miniature screens. So we're going to go back in time to when if you wanted music, you made it yourself. You didn't have recordings. You didn't plug in. The people around you wouldn't hear it. I've met some people like that, and some of the tunnels can also do too. But they want to share their music with all of us. It's a huge team that goes to putting this program together, and we are so delighted to bring it to you this Solstice 2018, the darkest evening of the year. So once again, silence those things, turn them off, and welcome to an afternoon like no other solstice afternoon has ever been here.
Let the festivities begin.
darkness and the silence that the magic of Christmas starts. Somewhere between the glimmering of lights and that breathless moment when children come stumbling like newborn angels into morning light.
Within the darkness, we sit, watching wonder evolve into form. Within the darkness and the ringing silence, where the first bells of Christmas sound the music of the soul, where the morning joy begins with a simple carol to a half-remembered tune.
It is here, between the darkness and light, that we wait, uncertain.
Seeking the moment that challenges us to begin to believe in a newly minted miracle.
Though my soul may set in darkness, it will rise in perfect light. I have loved the stars to follow me, to be fearful of the night, fearful of the night. Though my soul may set in darkness, it will rise and set in darkness. Though my soul may set in darkness, it will rise in perfect light. I have loved the stars to follow me, to be fearful of the night, fearful of the night. Though my soul may set in darkness, it will rise in perfect light. I have loved the stars to follow me, to be fearful of the night, fearful of the night. I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw 3 ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning. And who was in those ships all 3 on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day? And who was in those ships all 3 on Christmas Day in the morning? 'Twas Joseph and his fair lady on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. 'Twas Joseph and his fair lady on Christmas Day in the morning. He did this, oh, she did so, on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Oh, he did this, oh, she did so, on Christmas Day in the morning. Saint Michael was the dearest man on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Saint Michael was the dearest man on Christmas Day in the morning. Whither sailed those ships all 3 on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day? Pray, whither sailed those ships all 3 on Christmas Day in the morning? Oh, they sailed into Bethlehem on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Oh, they sailed into Bethlehem on Christmas Day in the morning. And all the bells on earth shall ring on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. And all the bells on earth shall ring on Christmas Day in the morning.
I must go down to the seas again, to the lonely sea in the sky, and all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by.
I must go down to the seas again, for the call of the running tide is a wild call and a clear call that may not be denied.
I must go down to the seas again, to the vagrant gypsy life, to the gull's way, to the whale's way, where the wind's like a whetted knife. And all I ask is a merry yarn from a laughing fellow rover, and quiet sleep, and a sweet dream when the long trick's over.
The sheets were frozen hard, and they cut the naked hand. The decks were like a slide where a seaman scarce could stand. The wind was a nor'wester, blowing squally out to sea, and cliffs and spouting breakers were the only things a lead. All day we tacked and tacked between the south head and the north. All day we hauled the frozen sheets and got no further forth. All day as cold as charity, in bitter pain and dread. For very life and nature we tacked from head to head. We gave the south a wider berth, for there the tide race roared. But every tack we made brought the north head close aboard. So as we saw cliffs and houses and breakers running high, and the Coast Guard in his garden with his glass against his eye. The bells upon the church rang out with a joyful cheer. For it's, I must tell you that, of all days of the year, this day of our adversity was blessed Christmas morn. And the house above the Coast Guard is the house where I was born. And Well I knew the talk they had of me, of a shadow in the household, and the son who went to sea. And oh, what a wicked fool I seemed in every kind of way to be here and haul in frozen ropes on blessed Christmas Day. They lit the high sea light as the dark began to fall. All hands, loose to cancels, I heard the captain call. By the Lord, she'll never stand it, our first mate Jackson cried. It's the one way or the other, Mr. Jackson, he replied. She staggered to her bearings, but the sails were new and good, and the ship smelt up to windward, just as though she understood. And as the winter day was ending, at the entry of the night, we cleared that weary headland and passed below the light. They heaved a mighty breath, every soul on board but me, as they saw her nose pointing handsome out to sea. But all that I could think of in the darkness and the cold was that I was leaving home, and my folks were growing old.
Before the light the stars were dim, and mit den Ballen, der Weg ist mir verschneit. Man wirft mich mit den Ballen, der Weg ist mir verschneit. The even part is snowing, long ere the frost is due, with icy breath a-blowing, does winter whistle through. With icy breath a-blowing, does winter whistle through. My chimney does but sputter, it grows exceeding cold. Unfasten every shutter, my tiny room so cold. Unfasten every shutter, my tiny room so cold. My love, does it not grieve you that I so wretched be? Then hold me in your arms, dear, let winter fly from me. Then hold me in your arms, dear, let winter fly from me. that we may eat. Let us lose no time with such good meat. A banquet for a prince. New oysters, new well-fleet oysters. And a growth of pears, rejoice their worth to pairs. And a bread and wine that we may eat. Let us waste no time with such good meat. A banquet for a prince. And a growth of pears, new well-fleet oysters. And a bread and wine that we may eat. Let us grow no time with such a good meat. A banquet for a prince. Let us drink the wine that we may eat. Let us drink no time with such good meat. A banquet for a prince. At a rooftop peg, each oyster worth 2 pence. Precious bread and wine that we may eat. Let us waste no time with such good meat. A banquet for a prince. To be simple, 'tis a gift. To be free, 'tis a gift. To come down where we are to meet. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, we shan't be ashamed. To turn will be our delight. Till by turning, we come round right.
I danced in the morning when the world was begun, and I danced in the moon and the stars and the sun, and I came down from heaven and I danced on the earth. At Bethlehem I had my birth. Dance, dance, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. I'll lead you all wherever you may be, and I'll lead you all in the dance, said he.
'Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis a gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, we shan't be ashamed. To turn will be our delight. Till by turning, we come round right.
I danced in the morning when the world was begun, as I danced to come down where we ought to be, and I came down from heaven and I danced just right. And be in the valley of love and delight.
Dance, dance, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he.
I'll lead you all wherever you may be.
I will lead you all in the dance, said he.
Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. His little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near. Between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year, he gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sound is the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep.
The heathen sail, for weary wondrous great, so wondrous sweet. And they told so merrily, merrily. Hark, the first and second bell that every day at 4 and 10 cries, come, 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 come to Christ. And the verger trips before the tea. Tingle, 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 the small bell rang to call the laggards home. But the devil of man will leave his camp till he hears the mighty toll. Hark, the bonny first church bells ring, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They sound so wondrous great, so wondrous sweet, and they toll so merrily, merrily. Hark to the first and second bell that every day at 4 and 10 cries, come, 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 come to Christ. And the verger trips before the tea. Tingle, tingle, tingles a small bell at night to call the laggards home. But the devil of man will leave his camp till he hears the mighty toll.
Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, broadcast away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong, ding dong, that is the song, with joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they found, raising the sound, oh, little tale, telling a tale, gathering their ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Ding, merry, merry, merry Christmas song. Ding, merry, merry, merry Christmas song. Long on they said, long without end, a joyful tone to everyone. Long on the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, broadcast away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong, that is the song, with joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they found, raising the sound, oh, little tale, telling a tale, gathering their ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Ring, merry, merry, merry Christmas. Ring, merry, merry, merry Christmas. On they send, on without end, their joyful tone to every home.
On they send, on without end, their joyful tone to every home.
Thank you, and that's the end of the first half of our show. For those of you who are not familiar with the Woods Hole Community Center, there are restrooms in that corner and down that flight of stairs. So you have to do the little tour. We'll take about a 10-minute break so that we can sit up for the second half. Stretch your legs. 7th inning.
And let us all our sins
Poseidon. All deeds at sea are at my pleasure. A pirate with a successful run must honor me to keep his treasure. Hear you now of Black Sam Bellamy, a pirate rich in fortune and fame who, showing disregard for me, made of his life a brief, bold flame.
I'm Goody Maria Hallett, still just a teen. The Witch of Wellfleet on Cape Cod. I met Sam in 1715, a Royal Navy lad from far abroad. We were lovers for just a year. Then Sam his fortune went to seek. His son I then did bear and rear. My spirit was willing, but the child was weak. The child's death left me in disgrace, banished to Eastham by the sea. 'Tis there I long for Sam's embrace and wait for him to rescue me.
I'm called Black Sam, a pirate bold, the captain chosen by my crew. By now I've gathered within my hold more treasure than others ever knew. This pirate's life is such a hoot. A one-year trip to the Caribbean Sea brought 50 ships and all their loot under the command of my crew and me. My flagship still, the greatest prize, was the Widow on her maiden trip. A slaver filled with gold and supplies, a pirate's delight we did equip.
I'm Devil Sam. Take my advice. Keep all the treasure and don't think twice. You owe nothing to captains and crew, and Goody Hallett is waiting for you. Such chances are few and far between. You two could live as king and queen.
I'm Angel Sam. I beg to differ. Your crewmen don't deserve to suffer. These captive seamen get little pay from rich ship owners far away. Begone, you devil, you're out of line. On this fair ship, Sam's soul is mine.
On guard! Sam's soul I'll not concede. Don't discount the power of greed.
My job is done. Sam's soul is free. Henceforth, he'll be called Robin Hood of the Sea.
'Tis true, the crew are all my friends. The treasure, each will get fair share. And my captive shouldn't meet foul ends. Rich ship owners the loss should bear. Well, with winter now over, we're northward bound. For my love, Maria, my heart doth ache. On Cape Cod, we can horse around. We all deserve a nice spring break.
And now Sam's hubris sets his fate. He thinks the trip north is a sure thing, but then he remembers, much too late, nor'easter storms arrive with spring. Blow, dancing winds, and have your way. These sailors know not what's in store. Churn up the waves and ocean spray, and dash the widow on the shore.
They call me Dr. Leach, the finest doctor on this beach.
How came you to be a doctor?
Why, by my travels, of course.
And where have you traveled?
Well, I've been all around this fair Cape Cod. I've been to East Ham, and Chatham, and Smoketown. I've been to Yarmouth, Foulmouth, and Big Mouth. I've been to Dennisport, and Hyannisport, and Beaversport. I've been to Sandwich, and Harwich, and Wicked Witch.
Wicked witch? Just what can you cure?
Well, I can cure and ham, and sausage, and spam, haddock, and scrot, and mackerel, and cod.
No, what diseases can you cure?
What's wrong with this poor fellow?
He's drowned.
Oh, I can cure that. Pump water from the village and all will be fine. Well, wait a minute. Something else here. Okay. According to the laws of gravity, we shall hang him upside down to drain. No trees on this beach.
Oh, swim away, you silly goose. I'll have no more of this abuse. My wicked skills will serve quite well for sailors that are lost at sea. These rose hips cast a powerful spell to bring my true love back to me. Oh, yeah. 'Tis true, my love, your body's gone. Too damaged by both wind and wave. You're born again, 200 years on. Your soul, at least, I was able to save. You're Barry Clifford, Philip Cape Cod, and I, your future wife, Margot. These future tools may seem quite odd, but wondrous skills they do bestow. Your beloved widow you will reclaim, plucked from the bottom all covered in slime. Its discovery will bring you fresh acclaim. Its treasure still there, a capsule in time.
I can scarce believe the briny deep will surrender the widow back to me. The ship and treasure I'll not keep, but put on display for all to see. This future life has much to please, but there's one bit that I abhor. After 2 whole centuries, the rich stay rich, the poor stay poor.
These humans, with their silly notions of rich and poor and love and fame, scatter their wealth o'er all the ocean, defiling the seas as part of a game. Such spurts of life have come before. When they are gone, the seas will mend. Life's but a wave upon the shore. My oceans will endure until the end.
And now let all the company in friendly manner all agree to be our hero and sing unto this jolly good cheer. I thank my master and my day, the which are founders of the state. To eat, to drink, no is no shame. God send us a happy new year.
I have a toast to make. A toast to all here under 20. I think this is it. May you find love and cash aplenty. A toast to all of 39. Yes, come on in. Who are or have been for some time. A toast to all of 58. May they find it never too late. A toast to those of 93. May they endure in health for a century. Yeah. And one last toast, the final page. To those who won't or don't admit their age.
Bravo, Say And let the catch, and let the catch, and let the catch and toast go round. catch and toast go round.
Now we are mad, let mirth abound, and let the catch and toast go round. And let the catch, and let the catch, and let the catch and toast go round. The toast go round, the toast go round, let the catch and toast go round. Now we are mad, let mirth abound, and let the catch and toast go round. And let the catch, and let the catch, and let the catch and toast go round. The toast go round, the toast go round, let the catch and toast go round. Now we are mad, let mirth abound, and let the catch and toast go round. And let the catch, and let the catch, and let the catch and toast go round. Now we are mad, let mirth abound, and let the catch and toast go round. And let the catch, and let the catch, and let the catch and toast go round. The toast go round, the toast go round, let the catch and toast go round.
When harpers once in wooden hall a shining chord would strike, their songs like arrows pierced the soul of great and low alike. Aglow by hearth and candle flame, from burning branch to ember, the mist of all their music sang, as if to ask in wonder, is there a moment quite as keen or memory as bright, as light and fire and music sweet to warm a winter's night?
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your King. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now bring us a piggy brain, now bring us a piggy brain, now bring us a piggy brain, and bring some light here. Good tidings we bring and to you, and we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. For we all like Piggy Pudding, we all like Piggy Pudding, we all like Piggy Pudding, so bring some on dear. Now tidings we bring to you and your King. We wish you a Merry Christmas
room.